if DCE gets dropped, who gets captain for Queensland?
So I'm still after that Botox slot. Captain for Queensland, you're better off asking the Raging Bull.
Oh, there's this. You'd think Harry Grant's going to be there for a long time. You think someone like Tino being a leader at the club. Both of those guys captain their clubs, but at the moment DCE's our captain. You got Tommy Dearden if he comes in, maybe him. You got Cameron Munster, like all those guys. Like there's natural leaders there. So and you got Paddy Carrigan, as well. So there's enough.
Who do you have though? You got to pick one right now.
I'd pick Tino or Harry.
So the concern for me on that, Gordie, is Tino's playing in around 50 minutes a game, about 55 again in that Origin 1 performance. Harry Grant needed a spell. He's actually, he's only played 2 games in 6 weeks now, Harry Grant. He's probably going to need another spell in Origin 2.
I get that, but sometimes when you're captain, it's not about the game, it's about the week. You know what I mean? It's about the lead-in, it's about the belief that you're going to give to the guys. It's about the message that you can deliver. Right, and I haven't been around the group, but I know Tino, when you talk to him, he gives you confidence. Harry Grant is probably that same guy.
I'd pick your man Munster, because where Queensland are at the moment, this is no disrespect, but they were convincingly beaten in that game, even though the scoreline was only 18-6. Often you see, and you were similar when you played, when you got the captaincy next to your name. Yeah. It made you play better. It makes the best players play better.
That's the best point.
Queensland need a circuit breaker.
And that's the best point. Who's going to play better with the CB side of that? Because some it's a burden. Like you can see some people and they carry it, and it can be a burden with some guys, and it doesn't make them play better. Yeah. Like they get annoyed with it, and some guys just go, "That's me."
Well, the concern for me, Gordie, with Harry, as good a leader he is, he had a career low performance in Origin 1 where he almost overplayed his hand. He tried so hard.
He won't play that bad again.
Understand. But you would want Harry just go focus on your own game. Like if he walks into camp as
at least we got options. Captain, so you're telling us we got options.
So anyway, you're going to get more advice for some New South Welshmen. I'm going with Munster as well.
Yeah.
Because he has that capability of say, come on boys, get on my back, let's go.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But does he play better with it, or will Cameron Munster be Cameron Munster?
No, I reckon he would. I reckon he'd play better.
The style of character and the style of player, he would revel in the responsibility.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think he'd be great captain. I know that it'd be a privilege for him. I know that he would love the responsibility. I haven't spoken to him about it, but and if there's any team that I think he'd perform even better at, would be Queensland as a captain, as a leader, because it means so much to him. I've never met a guy who's so passionate about his state. So. Yeah, I think it could only be a good thing. Now, if Dearden moves into halfback, who's the 14?
I think they'll go to the 18th man of Origin 1, Kurt Mann. Yeah. I think they'll use him, and I know how impressed they were during Origin 1 as far as what Kurt brought to that camp, but also too, we know his capability as a utility. He can play a number of positions, and I think it's his chance, Kurt Mann.
I thought what Billy said on TV on Sunday was quite telling when he said the definition, if you think doing the same thing is going to get a different result, then you're probably kidding yourself. So I'm talking to a lot of people around the game. There is a bit of a feeling that it might not just be one change, Gordie, that there could be significant changes. Possibly the Hammer and Holmes switch around. So Hammer ends up on the wing and Holmes goes into the centres. I've heard Reid Marnie's name mentioned that he could come in and Harry could go back to 14 to answer your question, Braith. So I don't think Billy's ruling anything out at this stage, but I thought that was quite telling, his comments.
And we struggle to score points. And if Reece Walsh comes back and shoots the lights out, maybe he could get 14. And then Ponga has played in the middle. You just don't know. Like, at least we've got options. Ezra Mann, Harry Grant, if we start somebody else. And so we've got
You've got heaps of options, Gordie.
Well, mate, we've got
stacks.
Enough. We've got enough. And then we win with our options.
All right, a lot is up in the air for Queensland, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out over the weekend. Who's in line to replace Barnett? Paul Barnett injured on the weekend. Who steps up into his role?
I like Keon Koloamatangi. That's just an opinion. Watching him against the Warriors, I thought he was good. Yeah, his work rate since he's moved in the middle, big motor, played Origin before, and rose to that level. So that's just an opinion, but I think the male is Stefano will probably be the way that they go.
Yeah, certainly. The male is Stefano Utoikamanu. Again, I come back to Origin coaches love these guys that have already been part of camps, and that's exactly what Stefano was as the 18th, 19th man in Camp 1. And it's the natural progression for him to step up and start in this match. He's a big body, and Craig Bellamy is another key influence here. He knows his game so well.
Spencer Leniu start and play 80 minutes?
Will they kick off?
Psychological
will
win.
they kick off to him?
Psychological win.
Will they
Just
kick off to him?
Oh, what? He can't play 80 minutes, you guys.
Will they kick off to him?
Oh, right. I was just asking you a question.
Will they kick the ball to him, Gordie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Why
that's
does he
good
need to play 80 minutes?
Okay, but if he comes on and he starts with those guys in the middle, I'm sure you kick to him.
Barnett's a big
But if you
loss.
come on after all the tough stuff's done, after 25
Do you
minutes...
think he
What are you
doesn't want to
suggesting?
start?
Hey, I'm just asking.
What are you
I asked
suggesting,
you a
Gordie?
question. Start him and play 80 minutes.
You're suggesting he ducks the hard stuff.
I never said that.
But
You
why would
just
he
said
play
that.
80
You're
minutes?
suggesting as
No, I
much.
didn't. Mate, what's hard? The game goes for 80 minutes. We've all want
He
to play
didn't
80
duck the hard stuff. You
I
wouldn't
never
kick the
said he
ball to
did.
him.
I never said he did. I said, why don't you pick him and he plays 80 minutes?
Why would he play 80 minutes though?
Oh,
He
right,
doesn't
because that's
play
how
80
long the
minutes
game
at
goes.
club level.
but who else
That's
plays
how
80
long the
minutes?
What
game
front
goes.
rower in the game plays 80 minutes?
Payne Haas does. Glenn Lazarus does. And did.
Two
Well,
of the
Lazarus
greats.
retired for 15 years.
Well, hey, don't bag your own teammates, boy. I just said
confused.
I'd pick him.
That's some
I
of
just said
your
I'd pick
best.
him and play him 80 minutes.
Well, just kick the
Oh,
ball
yeah.
off.
And then all you three said he can't.
Kick the ball off to him. Maybe he
Well,
will play 80
Spencer.
minutes.
I feel as
They got
though
no faith in you, Spencer.
you're suggesting he's not tough enough.
I never
I
said
can
that.
feel it. I can sense it from you.
What is that tough? It's only 80 minutes.
Yeah, but he's only playing 25 off the bench.
Oh,
is that
right.
what you're saying?
Cool.
All right, let's move on.